Our next movie is named Erik the Viking, and it's yet another one of those overblown, expensive, hopelessly confused British special effects fantasies where you lose your place 10 minutes into the plot and you don't even care enough to try to find it again. The whole point of the movie seems to be to spend millions of dollars on sets and visual effects so that clever British actors can make stupid small talk in the midst of all this grandeur. The movie stars Tim Robbins, not a British actor by the way, as Erik the Viking, and this opening scene sets the tone for the movie. We're supposed to be amused because of the modern dialogue in a historical time frame, but it's not amusing, and the scene is so awkward that it's not funny, it's embarrassing.
Have you done this sort of thing before?
Me? Of course. I've been looting and pillaging up and down the coast.
Looting and pillaging, eh?
Yes.
What about the raping?
Shut up.
Well, it's obvious you haven't raped anyone in your life.
Horrible. And is there anything funny about this scene with John Cleese as an absent-minded torturer?
Erik and the men of Ravensfield are setting off to cross the Western Ocean.
Lucky things. I could do with a holiday, I could tell you. All this financial work, you know. The stress really gets you. Flay him alive, garrote him, and then behead him.
The movie was directed by Terry Jones, who can be seen here playing a king who cannot see Erik because Erik is wearing a magic invisibility cloak.
Where is he?
Who, Father?
Who? Who have you got in here, of course?
Well, there's no one, Father.
I smell one of those foreigners. That's who it is, isn't it? It's the fifth one this week. Fifth? All right, where is he?
Well, the gag there is that the cloak doesn't really make him invisible, but he's only invisible to the king, which will lead to complications later on. Erik the Viking can be summed up in one word, actually in two words, self-indulgence. Or is that one hyphenated word? Not sure. Enormous amounts of money, time, and talent were thrown away on this shapeless and boring would-be comedy, which is so convinced of its genius that it can't even be bothered to be comprehensible. I hated this movie. Frame after frame, scene after scene, sequence after sequence, until finally in the fullness of the entire film I was able to hate it as a complete unit.
I had the same reaction. I mean, when a film tries to be funny and it's shooting out lots of lines and you don't laugh once, you can build up a lot of hate to a picture, toward a picture. The whole gimmick is, as you point out, contemporary dialogue in ancient dress. Now, if the lines are funny enough, but we've seen this sort of Monty Python kind of thing before. It has worked sometimes, doesn't work here. They just get off to the wrong foot. They never regain anything, nothing fresh at all.
And there's another thing, too. They don't have a comic point for a lot of the scenes. They've gone to a lot of expense to build Viking boats and put them presumably in big tanks with special effects to make them look like they're in the middle of storms and things. But they don't have, a lot of those scenes are utterly pointless. So you just have people holding onto the mast while water is splashed in their face, and they say dialogue that couldn't be edited out because if you did, then you wouldn't have any movie at all, and yet why is it in there since they're not saying anything? Over and over again, it seems as if the production is the point here, rather than any thought having gone into the story, the screenplay, making it funny, making it clever. It's just a waste of money.
Not to mention everyone's time. Now let's recap the movies we reviewed on this show. 2 thumbs up for Johnny Handsome, directed by Walter Hill, a properly mean thriller starring Mickey Rourke and a bunch of wonderful supporting performers. A split vote on the modern cowboy and Indian drama War Party. Roger didn't care for the unrelenting racism. I thought that was the whole point of the picture. 2 thumbs down for Welcome Home, a Vietnam drama with a good idea rendered unsatisfying because of an over-gimmicked script. 2 enthusiastic thumbs up for John Emil's Queen of Hearts, a memoir of growing up Italian in London. And finally, 2 thumbs down for the awful comedy Erik the Viking, featuring dumb contemporary jokes in ancient dress. So